really in Smart Omega's lineup, it's again where, everybody kind of contemplates drafts, but obviously we always have to consider the execution factor. And one thing that you can say based on the history of the season is so far Smart Omega, they either have these games where they start off super strong, they get the momentum going, or they literally take the whole early to mid game to build up to where they need to be. You saw the audience prediction there as well, highly in favor of Echo. So we'll see once again as we get a last look here of the lineups for both teams. Can Smart Omega, the Barangay, with their new recruit from the MDL, Matt, contest this win streak? Possibly stop the win streak of the Echo Express here, loading into the Land of Dawn. We'll see if they can pull it off as we jump into game number 1.
I have to really highlight this game is a battle of close-range burst knockups that destroy versus long-range pokes coming in from Echo. They're going to have to really, really work their way into the Echo lineup, but when Omega does it, it's going to be very difficult for Echo to actually deal with it.
Gentlemen, you see that? You see what JP did in the first rotation? He just looped around the orange. And now, Little Wanderer scored over by, look at that, Omega.
There it is. So far so good. They're really leveraging their tankiness, and they're able to really control every part of the map they can, especially right now that the Ixia isn't in anywhere form to be able to contest. Same with the Novaria, right? They're going to need some time, they're going to need some items before they can actually become a threat. And the builds also speak very much into fighting into this kiting lineup that Echo has.
Yeah, nothing, in terms of what we're used to seeing in emblems, Echo is going for literally pure mobility for the most part. They want to be working around that, putting pressure on Kelra, right? Because Leo even mentioned this. This might be the time, really, for Kelra to shine in this matchup if he can get to that point, and I think Echo knows that, right? That's why they want to put pressure in that gold lane if they can. Real quick, too, we've got some MPL Philippine trivia. 2 words, Quantum Charge. Most used Tier 3 talent, even in patch 1.6.20 with a use rate of 39.45%. It's usually used by gold laners and jugglers. If you don't get the joke, you missed out.
Sanford with penalty zone, serving up first blood, taking down Ryota, and that's a man down. Omega staring down the barrel of 4v5 as the first turtle is pulled over by Carl Teasy.
Oh my
goodness me!
Could have sworn it was a simple snatch and grab, but no, Sanji said, you know what, I see something, I'm gonna take it. Down goes Etomax, and Echo scores a turtle. 2 minutes, 30 seconds in.
Do you see what I mean? Like, the synergy, for some reason, from Echo literally follows the drums here, right? It's on point. It's tough to deal with because, yes, it's still early in the game, but, with the turtle, with those kills, they're now finding themselves a little momentum here. Rockhart, take us through some of these early builds going through.
Yeah, penetration right now obviously is going to be the key here. Flat out stats. I gotta say, I gotta follow up on that one. It was so smooth. It looked like Carl Teasy was flying halfway across the map there, getting into these kills. And again, JP just becoming a huge expressway.
Gentlemen, look at this. Look at how fast JP's walking through the jungle. You see this? This is the full effect of agility plus wilderness blessing.
It's
just zooming. Look at that. Look at the mini-map.
Literally mobility.
It's comedic.
Yeah, and there's very little, again, they need items before they can actually fight, right, Omega? But no, JP and Sanji, they can do this all day.
Wow, I didn't even realize, because we don't see Matilda too often, but she is just literally moving through the map at this point, right? With that, just the way her kit works as well. No wonder so many teams decide to just ban out Matilda. They don't have to deal with it, but for Smart Omega, right, as they look at this. I mean, this is Etumax versus JP here. Now, that's what I want to see, though, is if Etumax can find some of this pick-off potential. You clearly draft a Kadita for a reason, right? Your sole purpose is to burst a enemy opponent down, get that advantage if you can. So if Etumax continues to get zoned out by JP alone, you're going to have some trouble, right? Especially as the game goes on here.
I think that's the biggest challenge right here because, again, if you want to get these kills, you got to get near the opponent. And Echo, they can smell you from a mile away. That's a problem here.
They can smell it. See you all flicker in. Wild charge. Benny Cutie could not stand a chance. The Mamba is in the building. And now it's Echo's turn to go ahead and see a 4v5. This 50-50 turtle looking like it's blue and green. Now Matt collapses in. Ryota comes through as well. Popping the appraiser's rat. Carlteasy and JP circling around. Turtle at a tenth of its health. Sanji still takes it.
How?
And they take one down. Chaklu's fallen. Carlteasy traded out though. Kellera falls as well. There's buddies everywhere. Wow! As JP gets on out of here. Matt, can he live? Oh, he's not going to survive. Double kill for the Apex Predator. 40!
That was a disaster. They're not even done
Oh,
yet.
and
Sanji!
what? The San duo don't stop.
His recall button was stuck for a second.
It's better now. He's okay.
He's
all right.
okay. He's fine. He's fine. He looks good.
All right,
Man, oh
Sanji's
man.
on fire. Whew.
Well, there you go. That we just see it right there. I mean, Omega can get in front of Echo, but what do you do after that? Like, the damage is just more.
They can get in front of him, on top of them, around them, but yeah, no. What are you gonna do when you get there?
That's the problem, right? Now, we saw a little bit of hope, of course, when they made that play in the bottom lane against Benny Cutie, but,
Yeah.
you know, Smart Omega going to have to keep doing something, right? They have to find a way. They can't just continue to lose these resources to get further behind, and it looks like they might go for something.
Oh, here we go. Sanford to the penalty zone, trying to take out Etomax, but that's the rough waves. The captain still survives. Razor's Wrath coming in from Carlteasy. 2v1, pushing away Chakno and Ryota. That's a no-go.
Yeah, we're seeing the strength of this line. Oh,
Benny Cutie
Go
gets
for
jumped
it.
onto by Matt, popping the Poissons. Benny Cutie flickers out. Kellera gets a kill.
Good
there you
pickup.
go.
They found something. That's what they had to do. I mean, they're making it hard for Benny Cutie. And, you know, Rockart, you talked about this specifically even with the Ixio, right? Oh, at 2 max.
Oh!
Look at JP.
JP
He's not done.
coming in with a circling eagle to finish the job.
Woo, as I was saying. You talked about this, you know, the fact that Ixia. Oh, no, Jack,
No,
he
he's
should be
not.
fine. He should be fine.
Mamba with the
he's
power
fine.
of wilderness. He's okay.
Okay. Ixia struggling right now, but the rest of the team doing great. Kellera just trying to farm up, right? Has some of the rest of the team here. They might be able to contest this turtle and actually secure it for themselves. But Carlteasy, JP, and also Benny Cutie in the area. Sanji as well.
Astral echoes more than enough as Carlteasy threads the needle, goes ahead and steals.
You know what? This lineup of Omega, they suffer around early to mid. It's
Yeah.
fine because they don't have the power, the damage just coming from the Aerithel. But when Kellera joined them, you can see it's night and day.
It's night and day, and the main thing that I'm worried about, obviously, aside from this damage dealt chart that you're seeing here, is, you know, a typical scenario that we see from Smart Omega. Like, how much time do you guys need, right? With this lineup especially, and the way that things are going. Yes, it's, you know, it's not too bad. It's 3K gold ahead. You're almost at the 8-minute mark. Your next big objective is the Lord, which I'm kind of worried that unless they get an amazing set-off, they might not be able to even contest that first Lord yet, just in how things are looking. Even in terms of, you know, the gold earned, Kellera's doing a pretty good job. But, you know, who do you even focus on when a lot of this poke potential from Sanji alone is tough to deal with?
I guess the big question here is whether or not Chakno can find these targets that we're talking about. I guess they have enough firepower for maybe a few people at a time, but they can't really fight straight on 5v5. We're trying to do right now.
They ended up looking for a fight and catching it too. Rough waves to save himself from the circling eagle. And the Black Dragon form ends its run. And now Matt gets caught out. Matt caught between a rock and a hard place. And 4 members of Echo as Sanford takes him down.
That looked a little off, right? I mean, in terms of the thought process there, the follow through, what Smart Omega wanted to do, it didn't work out. Chaknu should once again be fine. He's on this Grok here, but Smart Omega's going to lose some stuff, especially this Tier 1 turret right before that first Lord comes up, unless they somehow hold on to it, but most likely Echo will look to get that if they can.
Yeah, look at JP. He's just going ham right now.
There it is.
With anyone who is going to basically go up front against this Bathilda.
Dude, JP's been playing since minute -2. He's been game before the game even started, and that's showing right now.
I mean, look at like his build-wise even, right? It's nothing crazy, but the amount of poke he can do is crazy as well. Oh, look at this.
Oh, go for it.
Coming in. Here's the answer from Sanji. Astral Echoes. spots a few. Circling Eagle from JP. Catches Kelra from the back. And Lord still standing. Penalty zone from Sanford. And the guiding winds. Tries to get a beat on the Kelra. Still up. Sanford very low. Poisson's popped in. Down goes Etomas. Carltese gets a kill. Sanford shutting down. Got him by Matt. And they're all dropping. Chaknu and Kelra, the only ones left. It's just the Filipino Savage. And Benny Cutie's not done with him. Oh, they let him go. As Carltese goes ahead, finishes the Lord. Starts it up one more time.
Now, it looked good for a moment there, but like we mentioned, all the damage of this Omega lineup right now basically resides with Kelra. And Kelra was being ganged up by 2 Echo members there, so it was actually very difficult for him to participate in the other parts of the fight where the tanks were getting beaten down. And there was very little they could do after that initial burst of damage.
Yeah, you kind of saw that whole fight unfold. And it just basically speaks. It paints the picture on how far behind Smart Omega is right now. And, you know, I think a lot of people are just waiting for them to find some form of hope within this match because, you know, we've seen this before. And it could happen, right? If they're able to defend Kelra, if he continues to build up what he can, they might just have to rely on a great setup once again from either Chaknu or Etumax finds a pickoff potential. But at this point, you know, some of that, even that combination when you have a Kadita with the rough waves, it might not even be enough, you know, but it could be followed up, especially from Kelra now that he's got this Malefic Roar in his hands. This is where they have to be able to defend, find some form of hope, turn the tide if they will. Well, we'll see if they can handle it because right now Echo will be marching down Etumax.
Man.
Really low.
And he gets on out of there. OMG working on this Lord. Successful defense. No inhibitors falling just yet.
They got good damage, but right now, what else can they do outside of their base? Again, if you're under these turrets, it's very easy right now. You got walls from Chaknu.
And JV with the Circling Eagle canceling it. Scrambling Omega just a little bit more. Chaknu using that Guardian's Barrier to maximum efficiency. Oh, but they need to manage these waves. They're crashing in constantly.
And they're getting poked out so much. Benny Cutie's not even joining these fights yet. So there's that range damage that we're expecting from this Ixia from downtown that's going to be very difficult for Omega to answer.
I'm wondering if they actually want to press this situation. You can see this is the power of a Novaria as well in the hands of Sanji.
Man.
They're going to go.
One more time, a canceled Circling Eagle as Echo makes quick work of that wave, but just the same, Omega holding on. They're holding on to these inhibitors.
Yeah, it just feels like a bit of a temp check here for Echo, you know, just measuring up their opponent right now. Are they going to overreact here with a Circling Eagle? Will they try to go for something nuts? But I guess Omega still has a lot of that trigger discipline that we expect from these players.
I feel like it's going to be, you know, next time we see them do that, obviously Echo, despite the lead that they have, they want to be careful, they want to be disciplined, but Omega might have an answer here.
Oh! Tit for tat. Sanji saw that coming from a mile away. Flicker Wild Charge answered by an Astral Recall. And Omega once more caught scrambling around. At least they're outside their base.
Yeah, those times where you expect Omega to get scrappy, no, that's not happening here right now because, again, the range advantage is huge between these two compositions. Where the damage is coming from is actually something that's very different. Because, again, it's always up close and personal here for Omega. Meanwhile, Echo, they have so much room to work with. Not to mention they also have a Mafilda that adds so much to their mobility.
Yeah, this is hard too because as you saw there, right, there's quite a bit of gap even between the junglers, right, 2,000 gold or so. It doesn't really allow Matt to even contest this. If he gets into this fight and gets taken for surprise, knowing that even Kelra's not there, they could be in a bad position, bad situation here.
JP here, going in with the Circling Eagle. Matt rolls out. Black Dragon formed by Ryota. They're trying to crash down on Carltese, but there's way too much defense, way too much HP on the side of Echo. As Matt scores a Lord, and Kelra pushes down bottom with no casualties. So Omega pulled a fast one over the Orcas, but Ryota, can he survive? Comes in, Benny Cutie wins the 1v1.
I did not expect Matt to somehow get that.
He was alone, surrounded by Echo players. I don't know what happened there. I would love to see a replay. I don't know why Echo didn't react to that. Quite questionable, but I don't know. I don't know what they were gunning for.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I'm pretty sure Carltese had his retribution as well. Like, was not expecting Matt to get that, but great that he did. Now, my question is, you know, you were down nearly 9,000, almost 10,000 gold. yes, you've got the Lord here, but can you do anything with it, right? Can you use that as an advantage? Right now, it's going to be dealt with here. The bottom side, you can see everybody cornering up. Chaknu going to go with the conceal.
Goes into the Y bush, ain't no one home. What's he thinking? He does have his flicker. Down goes the Lord. And Echo just finding the angle. Carl here finds a taunt. 1v1.
Oh, they got Kelra!
Dear Lord, off camera, just slightly to the left. That's a man down. The Omega Barangay holding on. 4v5 as Echo goes ahead, plans their siege here in mid.
Oh, I don't think they're, I mean, they might possibly try to end it here. They have some clear they can use. Obviously, they have the Guardian barriers as well. But usually, if Kelra is going to be down in this lineup, you lose so much firepower, right? We already talked about this earlier. As soon as the game started up, and you're seeing it. But Echo, happy with the middle inhibitor turret. They get it down. They might just go ahead and wait another minute and a half or so before the next Lord. Now, if Omega wants to find something out of this, can they actually do it with their lineup? That's the big question. Here's the replay. So, Matt, okay, Carl Teasy was just CC'd, basically.
They were busy with Chaknu, basically.
Yeah. So
there it is. He's far away.
Wow.
Okay. And then he was waiting for the guiding winds, and he thought that was a perfect window, but when it happened, Matt already hit the retribution on the Lord. So that's what happened. It was a call between the turn and the Lord take, and Echo tried to do both.
I think they were expecting Matt to slow it down and dance. Matt was like, nah, I'm going to keep going.
Hey, good on Matt, though. You know, like, it keeps them in the game. Let's be honest, right? At least at this point, we were thinking it was looking dire about 4 minutes ago.
Yep.
They're nearly bought 5 minutes so far. Kelra, you can even see itemization-wise, he's where he needs to be.
Yep.
Just picking up, you know, the next item here, the DHS. He's got that. So
full items.
Really, they should be able to go toe-to-toe in some of these skirmishes and fights. It would be great if they can get the advantage by surprising Echo somehow.
Man, Sanji's 80k. Almost triple of what Kelra's damage is. All because of these Astral Recall.
Oh! JP catches a wild charge right in the face with a few hits from Ryota like it was nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, healed back up. That's exactly what you get.
Still there with Sanford as well. The guiding win out. Now again, Lord is up here. Matt wants to pretty much go for another shot. See if he can make it happen once again. But Echo probably going to be a little more careful with this one. Chaknu doesn't have a wild charge just yet. They got to watch this angle, see where they go through. Kelra also waiting on the outskirts here.
A little bit of a scrum up top, and now in mid, they're crossing the river, playing with the bushes. Juking is what you call it in the business. Lord here now at a fifth of its health. Echo have a dominant position. Etomas is caught one more time with a circling eagle. Knocked him into the air. Rough Waves healing him up. Ryota with a Black Dragon form, and now this little tiny alley one more time. Full barrage from Benny Cutie, taking down the Capitan. Now Carl Teasy drawing a line. Sanford pushing them away. Matt steals the Lord one more time. And now they're going to punish Ryota. Circling eagle. Cancelled out. Sanji gets the kill. And now they crash on the mat. There seems to be another quarry up top. And now Matt gets bonked down onto. And Matt's going to fall here. And that's 3 down from Omega. Chaknu and Kelra left to defend.
Oh, that's tough. That's dicey. Kelra.
Oh, bam! And down goes the Savage, and just Chaknu here left. 5v1. The Mamba falls. And that's a pop, the immortality. And ladies and gentlemen, Lord spawns. Chaknu's buying time here. It's a wipeout. And Echo are just going to take their time. Etomas, can he defend?
Tumac still up here. Echo.
Full barrage!
Full barrage!
Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, Echo takes game 1.
All right.
And this winning moment is brought to you by our official sponsor, FWD Life Insurance. What a strong game there.